Hello friend, welcome to Tanya's Biology. Today I will discuss about the transmission of nerve impulse. In my previous video I have already described about generation and conduction of nerve impulses, how the sodium and potassium channels work, how the pump work and how depolarization, repolarization happen in our nerve cells or neurons. Today I will discuss the few parts of this nerve impulse, how the information coming from the axon terminal to the dendritic region, okay, from the presynaptic region to the postsynaptic region. Firstly, we need to know about neurotransmitter. I have already discussed in my previous video that what is neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter is a type of chemical transmission. Involves to release of chemical messengers known as neurotransmitter. Their information are carried in a form of electrodes or in a form of anions and cations, but when they need to pass from the postsynaptic region to the presynaptic region to the postsynaptic region, they need to form a vesicle. This vesicle is full of chemicals. This vesicle is full of chemicals, and these chemicals is surrounded by, or they are packaged with the help of an enzyme. To form a synaptic vesicle. I have already talked about that. That means chemical transmission involves release of chemical messengers known as neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter carry information from the presynaptic sending to the neuron to the postsynaptic region, receiving the cell. Okay. Inside the axon terminal of the sending cell are many synaptic vesicles. What is synaptic vesicles? Let me show you. In this picture, you can see this portion is known as synaptic vesicle. Within the synaptic vesicle, the rounded portion, let me change the color. Within the vesicle, this dotted portion is known as neurotransmitter. That means neurotransmitters are present within the synaptic vesicle. This portion, this yellow portion is the axon terminal. If I draw it, axon terminal is having the knob. This portion is magnified here. Okay. The ending of the axon terminal carry the information to the dendritic side. Okay, we all know that they are arranged one by one. Okay, if you see the picture here, you can see that there are receptors. That are present in the dendritic zone. This receptor receive the neurotransmitter after the fusion. When they are fused, they only have neurotransmitter. They don't have the vesicle. After fusion, the receptor present in the dendritic zone, they able to bind with it and carry the information forward. Okay, we will know in details step by step. That means firstly we need to know what is neurotransmitter, what is the synaptic vesicle. What is synaptic vesicle? Neurotransmitter is a chemical substance when it is surrounded by the vesicle or it is surrounded by an enzyme. This vesicle is formed by an enzyme. Okay. Enzyme is known as synaptic vesicle. Okay. This membrane bound sphere filled with neurotransmitter molecules. There is a small gap between the axon terminal. Which gap they are talking about? They are talking about this gap. This gap is known as synaptic cleft. There is a small gap between the axon terminal of the presynaptic neuron and the membrane of the postsynaptic cell. This gap is called synaptic cleft. This gap is called synaptic cleft. When an action potential or nerve impulse arrives the axon terminal, when the action potential arrives the axon terminal, what will happen then? It activates the voltage gated channels. It activates the voltage gated channels. That causes the influx of sodium ion as well as the influx of calcium ion. Make it very clear, the calcium ion also influx. This calcium ion helped in several processes. I will discuss it later. If you see the picture, that means, let me draw it. That means positive charge will come at the end of the axon terminal. At that moment, when the information need to go forward, sodium channel will open as well as calcium channels also open, that causes the influx of calcium ion, ions. What is the function of calcium ion? What is the function? This calcium, which is present much higher concentration outside the neuron than inside, rush into the cell. This calcium allows synaptic vesicle. To fuse with the axon terminal. That means action potential reaches the axon terminal and depolarize the membrane. After the action potential reaches the axon terminal, it depolarizes the membrane. Okay, then voltage gated sodium channel as well as the calcium channel is open and calcium and sodium flow inside. This calcium influx triggered the synaptic vesicle to release the neurotransmitter. That means this calcium helps to help in the movement of neurotransmitter towards the synaptic cleft. Okay. Calcium influx triggered the synaptic vesicle to release the neurotransmitter. Now the neurotransmitter bind to the receptor on target cell. Now the neurotransmitter bind to receptor on target cell. Okay. The molecules of neurotransmitter diffuse across the synaptic cleft to bind with the receptor proteins of the postsynaptic cell Activation of postsynaptic receptor leads the opening and closing action of ion channels called in the cell membrane. Why we are calling closing action? We need to know about the opening action. Why we use the term closing action? Yes, there is a reason behind it, because I have already discussed you that neurotransmitter decided which signal they need to pass to the next phase, excitement signal or inhibit signal. This inhibit signal causes the closing of the ion channels. This negative signal causes because of the closing of the ion channels. Okay. This may be depolarization make inside the cell of more positive when they want to excite their next phase. When the neurotransmitter provided the positive action, that means excitement reaction, they need to depolarize the next phase, because without depolarization no information will pass from one region to other region. The inside of the cell membrane need to be positive. So that causes depolarization. We already know that polarized state means minus state, depolarized state means positive state. Okay. This may be when the neurotransmitter gives you excitement information that causes of depolarization and makes inside the cell more positive, or hyperpolarization make the inside the cell more negative. When this hyperpolarization form, when neurotransmitter gives you inhibitory information. That means from minus 70 they goes to minus 80, minus 90, minus 70 to minus 80 to minus 90. That means that causes hyperpolarization and makes inside the cell more negative. That means minus 70 is much more than minus 80 is much more than minus 70. That's called that causes hyperpolarization. Okay, that causes hyperpolarization, and depending on the ions involvement, this polarization and hyperpolarization will occur in the cell membrane. In some cases, the change makes the target cell more likely to fire on its own action potential. In this case, the shift in the membrane potential is called excitatory postsynaptic potential. Excitatory postsynaptic potential, when there is excitement observation, when there is depolarization, that phase is known as excitatory postsynaptic potential. In that case, it likely to fire on its action potential. In this case, the shift in the membrane potential is called excitatory postsynaptic potential, when the neurotransmitter provide the excitement information. Where in case of inhibitory phase, on the other cases, change make the target cell less likely to fire an action potential and is called inhibitory postsynaptic potential. Inhibitory postsynaptic potential. Here in this case, they carry the information of inhibition. In case of when we are taking the sleeping pill, it's providing you the inhibitory information. They need to inhibit the information that is going towards the postsynaptic region. The excitement information causes depolarization. Inhibitory information causes hyperpolarization. We all know that when the cell inside the cell potential became positive, then only the information can carry forward. Okay, if hyperpolarization is caused, then the cell unable to carry forward the information. That is the procedure of transmission of signal. That is the procedure how the signal is coming from the presynaptic region and goes to the postsynaptic region. In this way, this neurotransmitter will work. If you see the picture, you can see, let's summarize it. Neurotransmitter is a chemical substance where with the help of the enzyme it forms a synaptic vesicle. This synaptic vesicle will activate when there is an influx of calcium ion. These calcium ions help to mobilize it and to fuse with the region or the postsynaptic region. After the fusion, they will bind with the receptor. That are present in the dendritic zone that I am talking about. These are the receptors that are present in the dendritic zone. They will bind with the neurotransmitter. One thing make it clear, after the neurotransmitter is released, after the releasing of that neurotransmitter, some of the neurotransmitter is going back. After giving the signal, some neurotransmitter go back to the presynaptic region, and some became degraded with the help of some enzyme. That means after giving the signal, some neurotransmitter go back to the presynaptic region and some became degraded with the help of some enzyme. Okay, but when a person is go under depression, what will the doctor do? They provide serotonin. These are the excitement neurotransmitter. Which inhibit the function of the enzyme, that degrade the neurotransmitter, inhibit the function of enzyme that degrade the neurotransmitter. What causes then? As a result, more excitement signal will provided and they overcome their depression. Serotonin is a type of neurotransmitter that provide excitement information from the pre to the postsynaptic region, and also inhibit the activity of the enzyme that degrade the neurotransmitter. That means from here we can see that there are types of neurotransmitter, okay, which can excite, also can inhibit. There are two types of neurotransmitter with the help of not only the sodium ions, also the presence of the calcium ion that help to mobilize the neurotransmitter. These are the factors that are involved in these nerve impulses. In my next video, I will talk about the structure of the brain. Okay. If you want to get all the video, please subscribe my channel and don't forget to like and comment.